My name is Steph Lloyd. I'm a homeopath, a bioenergetic practitioner and a coach. And today I'm going to show you what happened when I do one of your hair analysis. So let me share my screen with you. So here I have a little boy. His mum's kindly gave me permission to share this, obviously keeping everything anonymous. So I'm going to run a comprehensive analysis and see what comes up for him. First of all, it's going to check all his bodily system. And we see the yellows are weaknesses and the reds are coming up with stress or inflammation to the body. And then the system is going to try to find what it needs to rebalance those imbalances that it found in our baseline to start with. So it's going through all sorts of things, vitamins, minerals, if there's any viruses, if there's any sensitivity, anything like that, any heavy metals. It's also looking into hormones. So here we've come up with a heavy metal. We can also see that melatonin needs to be added to his remedy to rebalance. So I'm thinking his sleep is not brilliant. And as I know this little boy, that can be an issue. Going to sleep particularly, it's fine when he goes to, once he's asleep, but his going to sleep is difficult for him. Toe is coming up. So I don't know, has he stubbed his toe today? Is it something happened? His mum didn't mention it. So let's see what comes up with that. And then we've got some oxidative stress as well. So let's see what else is coming up for this little boy. Coenzyme Q10 is needed. And now it's just finding the potency at what level his body needs it. And let's have a little look at his baseline. So now we can see that the colon came up. So I know this boy always craves sugar and he eats a lot of it. His mum tries his best, but it's a bit of a thing. So that's a little bit out of balance, but it's gone back into the blue. Then we've got a parathyroid gland, which has come out of balance and it's not yet rebalanced. The pituitary gland, which has rebalanced, and the spleen, which also has rebalanced. So let's have a look at this parathyroid. Parathyroid helps us process calcium. We're gonna look at parathyroid. There it is. And what can we do to support the body? And sure enough, calcium has come up. So let's have a look. And that's now rebalanced there. So that's really great. So let's ask the body what the body needs. So now I'm checking all the tests that I can do and asking the body. So it's coming up with toxicity and environmental sensitivity. So I know this boy does suffer from hay fever quite a lot. So let's have a look what comes up for him. So we are going to run the nutrition deficiency. This is vitamins, minerals, amino acids. I always run this for everybody just to see if there is any deficiency there. I do like running all the emotional as well. And we're going to do the environmental and toxic stresses. So let's see what's making this little boy feeling a little bit out of balance and what we can put in his drops to rebalance. Okay, omega-3 has come up. Calcium, we knew that was already a thing. Vitamins really good, nothing's come up. All the back flowers, we're checking them all. This is your rescue remedy, so you might know them for that, but it will just pick the one that are necessary for him. And then we've got animal dander, didn't find anything. Any chemicals, insecticide, and what else came up for it? gasoline. Yeah, this is obviously, we live in a polluted world, so this is all affecting him quite a lot. And then we've got materials, rubber came up for him, pollen came up, x-rays. So I don't know, it came up with his toe. It's, you know, did something happen she forgot to mention, and he had to have an x-ray, or it could be an x-ray that he had in the past, but the energy of it is still underlying and sort of, you know, causing his body to work over time. The skeletal system is coming up. His father is coming up as a source of disharmony. His affirmation is, I have energy and I accept myself. You know, he's not always very confident about who he is and, you know, who his friends are, and he has a few difficulty with friendships. So, you know, and that happens. So that's all to support him as well. Now, all the heavy metals. On the line, again, heavy metals are part of our lives. You know, aluminium's come up, so, you know, we use aluminium to cook. We have, you know, tins and things like that, so this kind of thing can affect the food, you know, tin tomato, beans, that kind of thing. So that's all coming up, and it's removing the energy. It doesn't mean that it's affecting them physically. Some might, but some will be more on an energetic level. So let's have a quick look once we've finished all this. It's just looking now for all the potencies of what he needs, each one of those things. So there's 40-ish things in his remedy. And it's all coming up at whatever he needs it at. So 54 things. So let's put it in some kind of order for us. So he has an affirmation: as my outlook improves, my health, wealth, and self-expression improves 100%. So this is all about perspective. And he, you know, he might be a little bit pessimistic today, or, you know, I don't think he is in general, but today, you know, I don't know what's going on in his life. He could be in the playground right now and having, you know, looking at things from the wrong perspective. So that could be it. Then we've got a few amino acids, a few back remedies, treats intense fear and panic. So, you know, what's going on, you know, you might be having exams today or whatever else is going on. And then we've got sweet chestnut for those who feel they've reached the limits of their endurance. You know, things is hard for him. You know, life is tough, you know, even when you're 10 years old, it's quite tough. Then we've got chemical, fungicide, insecticide. I mean, I know it's June at the moment, and I know a lot of the fields are being sprayed with all sorts of chemicals to grow our vegetable quicker. So we can see all those things are coming up, really affecting him. In, you know, his hay fever, I think we did have the pollen come up, but we have a lot more chemicals. So it's not just the pollen that the body can't cope, it's also, sadly, the amount of chemicals that are on there. Then there's a few enzymes. We saw that his spleen was a little bit out of balance. So we've got a few enzyme amylase, which helps us digest carbohydrates and starch, lactase, which is milk. I know he's not very good with milk at all, and lipase, which helps us digest fats. So that is all a little bit out of balance for him as well. Then there's a feeling creating issue, unresolved feeling that have created gross imbalance. So there's something that's going on with him. I mean, this is something we would more discuss in a full consultation of what is going on. There might be some family issues, there could be school issues, there could be, I know he's done his SATs, but he didn't get the school he wanted. So he's still waiting for an appeal. So that might be to do with that. That he, you know, he doesn't really know where he's going next year, and that, you know, if all his friends are going to one school, that can be difficult for a 10-year-old. So that's coming up. Gasoline we've got as well, and oils. There's disharmony with the father, as he had a little something with dad yesterday. Otherwise, we've got a few heavy metals. Nothing seems to be affecting him really physically. It's just cleaning out in the background on this particular one. Melatonin, that's, as we spoke earlier, going to sleep at night. Then we've got rubber, and then a bit of self-acceptance. You know, it's not easy again to, you know, entering puberty slowly and things like that. With toe, I will ask his mum if anything's happened with his toe when I speak to her. Dust mites, that's affected him quite physically, actually, so that'd be interesting to know if there's, if she's got mites in the cupboard, if she's got a problem going on with that. But that might be worth looking into, because that could be a thing. And then we've got shrubs, which are really the one more than the pollens affected him. And then we have coenzyme Q10, and he's really good. No vitamins have come up at all for him today, so his vitamin levels is really good. So I will go a little bit more into this, because I know I'm looking for a few things that I know about him. So I will do that, but that's all for me today. It just gives you an idea of everything that, I can check. And I will make a little tonic for him and send that in the post. Some people have it monthly. Some people have it as and when they need a little, reboot and rebalance. And some people just, do consultations, and then we can go a bit more into it. So if you want to have a look at all the different services, please go to www.sanctuaryclinic.co.uk, and there is a free discovery call on there. So please do feel free to book in and see if I can help you in any way. Have a wonderful day.